Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a repeat craft project, but I have some time, a little bit of time before I have to enact mommy. So we're gonna work on something. I told Teresa Creations that I would love to make her some paper flowers because she likes flowers, but I did tell her that they were basic flowers. And so I've already punched out everything. Excuse this. This is from another video that I've already created. Kinda. I had an accident. Not me, but the project had an accident. So it did not get completed the way I wanted it to complete. So I've already glued these together using some wet glue. I do have my glue gun on because they're missing their centers. And she told me to surprise her with the color. So you will not see this video until I mail them off. What I need to work on, I have packaging. As you all know, if you've ever received anything from me, it's not the best. And I've been working on it, and I'm going to just keep working on it. I usually have good intentions to write you a little note saying, thank you for whatever you've done for me, or I appreciate you for whatever. And by the time I get to give it to you, not so much. It kind of comes out, you know, like when you were younger or you watch TV shows when a guy sees a girl he likes or a girl sees a guy she likes, and they're like, hey, this is, for example, Nicholas. And, you know, you're the girl and you like Nicholas. You're like, blah, 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 blah. That's how my... That's how my packaging is. So I really want to work on packaging. I have this little quilling tool that I got from, it's called Lake City Craft Company. Maybe it's American made. Let's see. Nope, it's made in Pakistan. But I got this from Hobby Lobby. Here you go. And this was 12 bucks. And I used a coupon. A 40% off coupon. I would like for you all to tell me, during the holidays, I could have sworn, but I could be wrong, that Hobby Lobby has 50% off coupons. I remember a couple of years ago, well, at least in Texas, they had put out a lot of phone books. And in the phone books, the first 2 or 3 pages, you know, like the yellow pages. Some of you probably don't even know what a yellow page is, but a phone book, a real phone book, yellow pages have phone numbers for businesses and companies for you to contact. I don't have my shank button holder over here, so we're going to be using these jewels to do. So we're going to put that to the side while the glue gun is heating up. Put this to the side, and then we're just going to grab 3 pieces. And I've been using this little bin. I think I got this from Tuesday morning, not Hobby Lobby, Tuesday morning. And it works out great to hold things for me. I had used some marbling paper from Joann Fabric. That's what this is. They had that little 6x6 paper pad. I used a book that I got from the library because I got the book to cut up, even though my soul cringed when I punched the first die cut, tore the pages out to die cut. I was just like, I'm sorry, book guards. I'm sorry. You know, books are so important and special to us that I hate to take them for granted and destroy them. So, I just don't like it. I'm trying to work on not saying so much, but it's not working. I guess for every so I say, or if I say more than a certain amount of so's, I should do something. I don't know what. I don't want to punish myself by putting more on my plate because I don't have a lot of time as it is to do much of anything besides, you know, clean, cook, take care of the baby, craft a little work, do a little bit of shopping. I don't really have a lot of free time to add to it by saying I should do something to myself or not, for saying so much. But I'm going to work on that. This quilling thing has a split in it right there, and I'm trying to find it on the paper. I really don't know how to quill, but I feel like it's simple. I think you just roll it and pull, and if you wanted to make it really a tight one, you take it and just roll it over like that. And I'm just using this because I didn't pull out the skewer. I want to use this thing. A lot of times we purchase things for money, expensive, inexpensive, and we say I'm gonna use that all the time. This is gonna be my new go-to tool, and you end up using a pencil as a quilling or a skewer that you bought from the Dollar Tree or Walmart. Maybe that's just my story. I don't know. I think that I just did that wrong because I feel like once I roll this over, let's try another long one. Once I roll this over like this, I can just slide it out and be done with it, which I can do. But that's taking forever, and I'm just waiting on the glue gun to heat up. And I'm thinking I should send her about 20 of these things. And I counted, the last time I counted, I had 12 already made. You know, when you're assembly lining things, at first you're like, yes, this is a great idea. This is so awesome. And once you start assembly lining, you're like, what the hey was I thinking? So, let's see. My body is achy, very achy. You'll probably hear that in a lot of the videos because I've been able to make 2 or 3 this morning. I did my crater video, which is top priority when it comes to crafting right now. Then I did a video which you see these punches hanging around for. I'm going to try to make these match as best as possible. And I was too liberal with that glue dot. Thankfully it's clear. It's not that big of a deal. That's why I like the buttons, I think. Oh no. Oh no. The buttons, in my opinion, just look a lot better. But if you all know me, you know I have more than one bucket of buttons. So, again, I said so. I move the other buttons out the way. This is so pretty. I love this pattern. I tried to pull papers that, in my opinion, didn't look good as one big sheet, but I felt would look beautiful as smaller projects. Because let's be honest, every sheet in a paper pad is, unless you make your own paper pad, like you pull out 48 or 36 sheets of paper from other paper pads, is not that pretty. So I pulled out the papers that I thought were not attractive as whole sheets, but I knew they would be attractive as smaller sheets. And sometimes you just gotta go with it, even if you don't think it's going to be pretty, or if you feel like you've made a mistake by adding something to it. And I do plan on using some shimmer mist on some of them. So let's see, that is only 4. So I got 4 here. 5, 6, 7. I thought I counted 12. I did drop some the other day on the floor. I've been working on this project for like 3 weeks now. I had agreed to do it in a chat, not a chat, in one of Elemental Designs live streams, and I'm so glad that Teresa's patient Well, I'm glad that everyone that I tell I'm going to send something to is patient and very understanding, and I am old for one. I don't have the greatest memory for two, and that I have a lot of personal stuff going on for three. So I'm very grateful of that. And these backs, these little round circles don't have to be fancy at all, because they're going to go on top. And as you can see, I've been doing this as my previous creations. I was putting this on there, but it doesn't make any sense to put this piece facing outward, because you're not going to show this piece. This is a heavy button. I mean the flower. These are a little bit lighter. And I really like the jewels in there. I guess this is bling week for me, because I've been pulling out the bling a lot lately. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and glue this baby down. I'm going to pull out my favorite quilling tool. Yep, a skewer. And we're just going to do this. I really want to try this on some fabric, because I think you all remember when Tuesday Morning had that sale for the Fabby die cut machine. That's when Betty Jean actually died a couple of months before that. I'm still waiting on Sizzix to send me the replacement parts. I need to email them again and say, hey, did you forget about me? I can't cut nothing. And see what they say. They're probably like, oh yeah, we got you. And then they send it out. That's what happened. I was supposed to have a minor procedure done, and I went to the doctor in May. I called my insurance company to see why they hadn't approved it yet, and they said, we never got the request. So on Monday, I called the clinic, and I was like, my insurance company said they haven't gotten a request. The lady called me back on Tuesday saying, we're just waiting on the insurance company now. I was like, okay, yeah. After you didn't send it out, now you're waiting on the insurance company. Okay. I don't know why I did that. So this is going to have to be here. I really like hot glue. In my opinion, it dries fairly quickly. And if you don't burn yourself, it works. I know that over time when it dries and cracks off, you can't see a thing. When it dries and it cracks, it's not a very nice presentation. But even the fanciest, most expensive thing that people use for hot glue, like some of those pictures, if you go to the home store and you see those pictures that you spent $20, $30, $40, $50, $100 on that use glue, hot glue, those things come apart too. And maybe the home store isn't a good thing, but Kirkland's is a better statement, because Kirkland's, in my opinion, is expensive. When you purchase things from Kirkland's, you expect for them to never fall apart. And they do. So hot glue, you know, it does the job. In my opinion, it does the job. This one is a bit busy, huh? And I've screwed it up, but I've been doing these flowers differently. I'm going to let you all know, I've been watching some YouTube videos, and I want to try and make some flowers. So I can't think of her entire name, but something Faithful Crafts or something like that. Faithful Crafts with Christy, I think is her name. She does amazing, in my opinion, amazing creations, and she does a lot of them from eBay and AliExpress hauls that she does. And so she'll show you the dies, and then she'll put them on. I stopped doing haul videos from eBay and AliExpress because everyone is doing eBay and AliExpress hauls, and most crafters, even though we don't want to admit it, are like-minded. We all tend to think of the same thing, or we're inspired by some of the same things that other people are doing. So if you like butterflies, I'm quite sure 20 other people on YouTube like butterflies and have created a butterfly project similar to yours. The one thing that I will say could be improved, if someone sees something that another person has created, to give them credit. It doesn't hurt to say, hey, I got this from so and so and so. You don't even have to link the person's channel, because if you mention that person and we're that interested in looking them up, we will go and find them ourselves. So it's not like you have to say, I got, this is where I learned this from, and I link their channel in the description box, because you don't have to do that. People are smart enough to seek out what they want. I have my punches. I have my envelope punch that I've been trying to use more, and I was trying to figure out what I could do. And so I just went to Pinterest, and I saw a lot of things that Pinterest has available, and I will be doing that after Crater. But I do want to tell you all that I'm probably not going to craft the rest of the year after November, because what I want to do is just have everything packed up and ready to go when we move. But I will leave a few things out. Like I'll leave out a coloring book or something, and some colors, and maybe some crochet stuff. And I'll crochet with you also. Oh no, it's leaking. I hate when it leaks out like that. It has a big glob on the side. Maybe my trigger was still pulled down. I just don't like that. Let me see. Because I don't want to have a full table of craft stuff ready, just out. If you all own more than 20 things of crafting, you know that it can be a bit overwhelming. I know some people can't function in chaos and clutter. I function better in some disorganization, but not well, because at a point we all have our breaking points where we say, okay, enough's enough. I've had enough of this, and I need to get my crafty space together. I guess I haven't been doing a lot of those like storage videos and things like that. That right now seems to be the craze, and I think it's the craze because we're back to school for some of us. Summer's over, we're going into fall, and a lot of people change with the seasons. So you may put your summer and spring clothes up, and you pull out your winter and fall clothes. My best friend, she does that every year, and we were roommates for a while, and I was like, what the heck is she doing? Because in Texas, it's hot year-round, so you really don't need to do that. It's really, really hot year-round in Texas. If you've ever been to Texas, then you know what I'm talking about. In this part that I lived in, which is Houston, it does get cold, and by cold, it's like 40 or 30 degrees, and that's not really cold compared to negative 20 with a wind chill factor of this and that. And that's what I told my mom when she came to visit me when I lived in Maryland. And then when she lived with me in Connecticut, oh my goodness, it snowed. And I went through some of her stuff, like her little notes, because I still have all of my mom's, not all of it, most of my mom's things. And I was going through it. I was trying to get rid of the stuff because at a point you have to regain your life. You have to take your life back on. You can't just say, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. My loved one has passed away, and now I don't know what I'm doing. You can grieve. Don't get me wrong. Grieve as much as you feel you need to. But at a point you have to say, what am I doing? she wouldn't want me to do this, or he wouldn't want me to do this. He would want me to move on. And if you all knew my mom, if my mom saw me going through what I was going through after she passed, she would have probably cursed me out and told me to get my sugar honey iced tea together and you know, just stop being a crybaby, or stop thinking the thoughts that you have. Life is worth living. You know, she would have cursed me out, no doubt about it. She definitely would have cursed me out. She would have called me all kinds of bad words. My mom cursed like a sailor. But anyway, that's a different story that you guys probably like, whoa. My mom's from the school of hard knocks. Even though she had a good upbringing. But, you know, she was born in the 50s. And if you ladies who are a little bit older than me were born in the 50s, you know how things were back then. There was still a lot of racism going on, like blatant racism. That's when the civil rights movement was going about, and Texas is not the most minority-friendly, at that point, minority-friendly state, and it's still not in some places, which I'm sure every state, even the one that thinks that they're the most friendliest to minorities of whatever nationality, they're not. You know, some places that, you know, they say don't get caught after dark going in this location. I won't mention that on camera where it is in Texas, because it's probably more than one spot. But, you know, I try not to drive through certain areas at nighttime. But I'm not afraid either. I do believe in a higher power, and if someone were to try to get me, I would just call 911, and hopefully the police would do their job to protect me, especially if I wasn't in the wrong. And I just believe that God has me. He's going to keep me safe. And we'll leave that alone. But anyway, I was looking at her journal. I know I went off on a loop-de-loop tangent right there. Whenever I think about my mom, a lot of thoughts race through my head all at once. And it's kind of like, ooh, I'm thinking about mom. I think about it every day. Every day. Not a day goes by that I don't think about that woman. Rightfully so. She did a decent job in making me a decent person. I didn't always think that, though. Sometimes I thought she was definitely a crazy lady, which she was. Don't get me wrong. I love her. I always will, but my mom was cuckoo as well. I'm at 23 minutes. I'm going to wrap this up at 30 minutes because you know my video recording is only 33 minutes and 10 seconds. I don't know why it's 33 minutes and 10 seconds. Like, that's just... I like it, though, because I like odd number time. I like odd time numbers. So if someone asks me, what time you coming by my house? I'd be like 11:25, 11:23, 11:27. And it's like, why you can't just say 11:30? I'm like, I can't. So anyway, she had wrote in her journal about the snow. That was her first time seeing a lot of snow because it snows in Houston. But it's kind of like a light dusting. So she wrote in there that she was afraid of the snow. I don't know if I should be telling y'all this. This is like top secret stuff. But I'm going to tell you anyway. She wrote in her journal, her little note, like a little notepad. I'm afraid of the snow. I don't want to fall. And I don't want to drive in it. Or something like that. Something to that effect. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. She was scared. Because I love the snow. I'm like, let's go outside and make some snowmen. It's snowing outside. Let me go get the shovel. Like, I love that craziness. I was single a lot of my life. And even though I wasn't single in some places that I lived that had snow, my boyfriend lived in a different location. So buttons, sew buttons, right? I still had to, you know, take care of myself, shovel the snow, go and crank the car up, let it run, defrost the windows, get the snow off the windows, all that craziness, which is probably why I struggle sometimes with my big roommate, because I am very independent at the same time, because he knows we've been knowing each other for so long. He knows that I'm so independent that he still kind of forgets that I still need, you know, for him to do quote unquote manly things like take the trash out, bring the groceries up, tell me I look pretty, which he always does that. I'm like, you're lying. I'm not sure if you ever feel ugly and then your significant other's like, oh, you look so pretty today, you're beautiful. And you're like, what? I haven't showered yet. My teeth, I don't even remember if I brushed my teeth this morning. My hair is all over my head and you telling me I look beautiful? You're crazy. But it's nice to be told, you know, that you're beautiful. I don't want him to tell me that every day and not every time he sees me. I don't want to be told that constantly, because then, in my opinion, it loses its importance. It loses the effect that those words really have on people. But we don't see each other that often, so whenever we do go out and do family things, I try to, you know, brush my teeth, take a shower, put on some clothes that fit my frame pretty well. And he's like, oh, you look nice. And I like dresses that are kind of like bohemian kind of, and skirts. So like I would love a maxi dress, or like, you know, those skirts that are really long in a lot of colors, and then I'll wear a solid tank top, and then I'll just have my hair afroed out. And so whenever he sees me, again, like I told y'all before, he takes forever to get ready. So I'm in the car. By the time he gets out the shower, the baby and I are in the car waiting on him, or I'll leave him to do all of that stuff. Like when he gets here, I forget that I'm a mommy, kinda, because I'm like, okay, it's your turn, Tag, you're it, and I won't do much of helping him to, you know, get the baby ready. But when the baby was first born, it was a struggle, because formula, I would be like, did you get him bottles? Did you do this? But I always had bottles pre-made in the refrigerator for the day. So all he needs to do is just grab the bottles and grab the little bag and put the bottles in. And he'd be like, oh, I forgot that. I was like, how the baby gonna eat? And then when he was eating soft food, that, you know, the Gerber little eating things, I would be like, did you get him something to eat? Oh, I forgot. I'm like, okay, yeah. He needs that. He doesn't eat solid food, but now he eats regular food, so we don't really need to do all that. I always have a diaper bag in the car, so we don't need a diaper bag. And as he gets older, I just update the clothes in the diaper bag, and I check out the diapers that he can't fit anymore, which I try to make sure I use all of those diapers, or I gift them to people in his class or at the daycare that's a little bit younger than him, so they can use it, because, you know, diapers are expensive, and so is food. I'm at 30 minutes now, 29 minutes, and I definitely haven't made 20 yet. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 9 more to go. And I'm going to stop recording because I don't want to get to 33 minutes and have a 2-part video that's 4 minutes long. So this is what we've created today, which I enjoyed doing it as always with you all. I enjoyed chatting. I do love to chat with you especially about things that I don't chat with other people about. Because not everybody, I don't know all of you, and I want to know you. I don't want everyone to say, oh yes, I'm going over to the Left-Handed Crafter's house to craft, but if we were in the same area, that'd be awesome. We could hang out and I can come to your house and use your stuff. You can come to my house and use my stuff. So I want to say thank you all for watching. I really, really appreciate your support, all the kind comments you leave me, everything that you're doing to help me be a better person, a better crafter, and overall a better human being. Thank you all for watching. Happy crafting.